Every States, thousands of homes and many lives are lost to fire. Worst of all, a large percentage of the victims are small. A home can be replaced, but not a child. Even if you take all necessary precautions, a fire can still start. And although the fire department can respond to a fire faster and more efficiently today than ever before, it is up to you to practice fire safety, to know how to get you and your family quickly and safely out of the house. And so we've created a little story to help illustrate the need for fire safety, because what you do in those first few minutes can mean the difference between life and death. Our story begins here. Here's Uncle Don. He works hard all day, and at night, he likes to sit and read his favorite book, and his favorite comic book.
Uncle Don, our teacher says it's important to have a fire escape plan for our house.
We'll never have a fire.
But look, Uncle Don, we drew this plan so you can see all the doors and windows and stairs.
Oh, that's very nice, but I'm reading now.
And our teacher says we ought to practice Edith.
Edith?
Edith!
It's too late to play with Edith.
No, Uncle John, Edith. Exit drills in the home. The teacher says we ought to have 2 weights out of every room. Yeah, and we got to decide on a place to meet outside.
Yeah, okay. Now run along now and don't bother me.
But Uncle Don, we should install smoke detectors. In the hallway, upstairs, and in all the bedrooms. And don't forget, we should put in collapsible ladders upstairs by the bedroom window.
Okay, I will. Tomorrow.
The teacher says we ought to know what to do if our clothes catch on fire. We should stop and cover our face with our hands. And then we should drop. And then we should roll until it fires out.
How many times have I told you not to play on the floor?
We should also have a secondary signal to wake up everybody if there is a fire when we're sleeping.
Well, that's enough! Teacher says.
But Uncle Don!
Go on. Get to bed.
Uncle Don!
Now! Teacher this, teacher that. Fire. We never have one. Those kids.
You're not doing right with the kids, Buster. You're not doing right with the kids. I said you're not doing right with the kids, Buster. Hey, look at this. He didn't pay any attention at all. Wouldn't even look at the plan. And the signal. I gotta straighten him out.
Hey, who are you?
Me? I'm your official fire guide. I'm your common sense. Get it? You're not doing right with the kids. What do you send them to school for, huh? If they shouldn't listen to the teacher. You should have listened to them. They were telling you how to get out of the house.
I know how to get out of my house.
With a fire going on, pal? You're coming with me. You got a lot to learn. First step to fire safety is fire prevention. Let's take a look at that house of yours for a minute. Bedroom upstairs, living room, dining room. Wait a second. We have a problem. You don't have smoke detectors. You gotta have them. Put one in each bedroom and one in the hallway upstairs there. The sound will warn you. You'll be prepared if you have a fire. Okay, remember that old frayed lamp cord you kept saying you were going to replace but never did? Just suppose that the bare wire's touched. That could cause a spark that could get hot enough to start the rug smoldering, might even work up onto the overstuffed chair. This could smolder for a long time. No flames, but a lot of smoke that has poisonous gases in it. Believe it or not, that smoke is what kills more people than anything else in fire. Hot air makes the smoke rise, so the stairway takes it right up to the second floor. But any house is like a big box with a lid on it. So it fills up with smoke from the top down, even in a one-story house. All right, now we'll put you in bed asleep and take a look at what can happen. Oh, look at that. You left the bedroom door open like you always do, so the smoke comes right in from the hall, starts to fill up the room. Like I said, it fills up from the ceiling down, so the top half of the room can get plenty thick in no time. You jump out of bed, smack into it, and bango! A little matter of carbon monoxide, buddy. One of those gases that's mixed in with the smoke. You can't see it, you can't smell it, but it's there. And sometimes just a couple of whiffs can make you groggy, even knock you out. A couple of more whiffs, it could be all over. Matter of fact, the majority of all fire victims die without even having seen the flames. All right, let's say you got out of that one. You had the door closed. Now, a plain old ordinary door can keep out most of the heat and flames for as much as 15, maybe 20 minutes. That's if the door is closed. Naturally, you ought to use normal exits like a door when you can, but always feel it first. If it's hot, you never... Don't open it! This time it's superheated air. One breath and it's curtains again. Hold it. Come on back. Let's say you got out of that one, too. You still got a big problem. Time. There's not much left. The temperature can go up to 1,000 degrees in 3 or 4 minutes where you are, because that super hot air is really pouring in. There are still no flames, but the whole room could go up at any second. Quick, close the door. That'll help keep the heat out. But now what do, huh? You do something like trying to save the banjo or Grandpa's picture. Forget 'em. You gotta get out. Fast. Hey, don't panic. Use the window. Right. That's the only way out, but don't forget, you're on the 2nd floor. Okay, you got the message now? Don't take chances. You're not going to let anything happen to you or the kids because you didn't have a fire plan. You gotta have a plan, Pops, a plan. Well, don't just sit there. Do as I tell you. Get the plan the kids made. Pin it up on the wall where everybody can see it. Make notes about the things that have got to be fixed and replaced around the house. Like that old frayed lamp cord or any other electrical wiring that can be a fire hazard. Put in a connecting door in the room that only opens into the hall. The screens and storm windows, can the kids get them off easily? Make sure the windows open easily, too. Did you put in those collapsible ladders by all the bedroom windows? Okay, you got a smoke detector in each of the bedrooms, too? And you got one in the hallway? Test it and make sure it works. You're doing great. Now get everybody together, talk it over so they all know what to do, and make sure that the kids know not to hide under the bed or in the closet. Kids do that sometimes when they're scared, you know. Okay, now start the Edith drill with the kids in bed. After all, the most dangerous time is when everybody is asleep. Now, you go to your bedroom and sound the alarm. Use your secondary signal just to be safe. They should roll out of bed and drop without standing up. Then they should crawl on their hands and knees across the floor because any good air is going to be down low. Tell them to feel the door first, and if it's hot, don't open it. Now they got to go to the alternate exit, the window. Right. Use the collapsible ladder. And go. Okay, now you, pal. Use the secondary escape from your room. Now go around and help the kids down. And you're out, safe and sound. Now that you got everybody out, count noses. Make sure nobody's nose goes back in. Here's where you should all go to a neighbor's phone and call for help as fast as you can. That's it, Pops. You're prepared in case of a fire.
Nice going, Uncle Don. Yeah, now we have a plan.
That's right. And we should practice the Gertrude drill.
Uncle Don,
Huh?
that's the Edith drill. Exit drills in the home.
Right. Well, we should practice the Edith drill at least once a month. Someday it might not be a drill. It might be real.
Suppose our house were different. Maybe a one-story house. And you couldn't figure out how to make a plan.
Well, I'd ask you guys. Thanks to your teacher, you're 3 fire experts now.
What if you didn't have us guys?
Well, I'd call the local fire department. I'm sure they'd be glad to help. Why, they'd even come out here and help me inspect the house.
Now you're thinking.
I'm thinking fire safety, thanks to you.
Uncle Don, who
Yeah?
are you talking to?
Wait, well, you mean you don't hear... Oh, well, I was just... well, he's a fireman. Kind of a fireman duck.
A duck?
An invisible duck.
Invisible duck? An invisible duck.
See? I told you.
Some people are so hard to convince.